terrestrial environment. First thing. Then, regarding the plant body, the main plant body is haploid. It is gametophyte. Next one, the sporophytic plant body is partially dependent on gametophytic plant body. Although sporophytic and gametophytic stages are almost equally distributed, but where it is found, the sporophytic plant body is partially dependent on gametophytic plant body. That means I will show you when I will be discussing the life cycle pattern. Thirdly, presence of definite sex organs and their multicellular. Earlier in algae, in most algae, the every vegetative cell can act as a gametangium or gamete producing organ. No specific reproductive structures are there except a few. But from here, from bryophyte, in every bryophyte, the sex organs are specific and they are found to be multicellular. They are found to be multicellular. Next, point 5. This is the first plant group where embryo is formed. And hence, they are also called embryophytes. The word is found, the embryo is formed, hence they are also called embryophytes. So these are the basic structures. Vascular tissues are not yet developed in them. Vascular tissues are not yet developed in them. Vascular tissues are not developed. Not developed, and hence, and that's why what is happening actually as vascular tissues are not developed, as vascular tissues are not developed, so they are short height. I think you have seen the bryophytes, they appear like this. Some bryophytes are found to be dorsiventrally flattened structures. And in some bryophytes, they are found to be erect. So there are two groups you see. One group they are found to be erect, but the height is very short. Sometimes we see on the walls, boundary walls or some walls, you will see some mosses. They are very short height. I think you have seen them. I'm showing you 1 minute. This diagram. Have you seen this on the wall? I think you have seen this somewhere. Or something is velvety in nature. It is found to be velvety in nature. Look at this. These are the moss growing on the walls. So that's why I'm telling you they are very short height. Yes?
স্যার শেওলা
হ্যাঁ যাকে আমরা নর্মালি শেওলা বলি, শেওলাটা ঠিক না কথাটা। শেওলা বাংলা যাকে অ্যাকচুয়ালি শৈবালদের বলা হয় বা এলগিদের, কিন্তু এদের শেওলাই বলে আমরা আমাদের লোকাল ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজে শেওলাই বলে একে। দে আর দ্য মস। Thus you think they are very very short height. Why? Because to attain height, what is required? Vascular tissues are required to be present. So vascular tissues means xylem and phloem. Until xylem and phloems are developed, the plant height cannot be increased. This is because to carry food and water to that part, vascular tissues are required to be present. As they don't have the vascular tissue, they cannot attain a great height. They are very tiny, growing on the actually what is a 1 to 2 centimeter long like this. So this is what about the basic structures. And next one I should say here, sporophytic and gametophytic. Stages are almost equally distributed. Sporophytic and gametophytic stages are almost equally distributed. That is, life cycle pattern is haplodiploidic. Regarding the sex organ, you shall add here male sex organ are antheridia and archegonia. Male sex organs are antheridia and female sex organs are archegonia. You know, inside the antheridium, biflagellate sperms are produced. Archegonium is the female sex organ. It is flaccid.
স্যার দেখা যায় না
Huh? Oh, sorry. Excuse me, just a minute, I'm making it. It is flaccid and একটু মুছে দিয়ে যাবে। Neck and venter. In the venter region, one egg is formed. So this is about the sex organs. Male sex organ called antheridia. Antheridia are of different shape. Antheridia are of different shape. Some antheridia are found to be pear-shaped. Sometimes it is dumbbell-shaped. But in all cases, Archegonium is found to be flask-shaped. I will be showing you. And differentiate into neck and venter. Okay, I'm showing you now. Maybe this shape, or sometimes maybe this shape. And everywhere you will get a wall, which is also called jacket, around both Antheridium and Archegonium. This is both Antheridium, Antheridia. Now Archegonium this region is called venter. This is short. And this part is called neck. Tubular part is the neck and solar part is called the venter. Now, here you will get the egg. Here you will get venter canal cell. Here you will get like these gametes I'm showing you. There the spermatozoa. তো এই জায়গাটা একটু মুছছি এখানে দেখা হচ্ছে। Now, So this is the archegonium, the female sex organ. Is it clear up to this? Inside the antheridium, you will get the biflagellate gametes. Archegonium consists of two parts. One is the venter, the swollen lower part, and the neck, the tubular part. Here you will get some cells. These cells are, you can call them neck cells. So commonly in all bryophytes you will get the same type of archegonium. Now we have to classify bryophytes. Is it clear up to this? The neck. Just above the neck, below just at the area upper part of the venter.
স্যার
Hmm.
স্যার এনথ্রিডিয়ার মধ্যে সেকেন্ড স্ট্রাকচারটা যে স্পারমেটোজোয়া এটা স্ট্রাকচারটা কি রকম বোঝা যাচ্ছে
It's a biflagellate, having two flagella. Here the sperms are biflagellate. That means it appears like this. This is the sperm, biflagellate gamete. বুঝতে পেরেছো?
হ্যাঁ স্যার
Is here also. This part I show. This is called the stalk. Here also you will get a stalk. Here also a stalk is there. Stalk. This is also called stalk. The basic structure of antheridium. Is it clear up to this?
Yes, sir.
What I said here, one thing, that they require both aquatic and terrestrial environment to complete their life cycle. Remember this thing. Do you know when aquatic environment is required and when terrestrial environment is required? Aquatic environment is required to facilitate fertilization. To facilitate fertilization, aquatic environment is required. And for the spore dispersal, what is required? Terrestrial environment is required. Spores cannot be dispersed in bryophytes through water. So for spore dispersal, you can write it down please. You know, the bryophytes require aquatic environment to facilitate fertilization. And they require terrestrial environment to facilitate spore dispersal and also in order to protect the plants from desiccation. Also to protect the plant from desiccation. না কি লিখেছো আজকে প্রত্যেকটা আবার প্রোটেক্ট প্ল্যান্টে লিখবে অ্যাকচুয়ালি ওই জায়গাটার মধ্যে লিখবি এটা আমি বলছি আবার দাও they require aquatic environment to facilitate fertilization and to protect them from desiccation. And they require terrestrial environment for spore dispersal. Clear? So, to protect desiccation, aquatic environment is required. To facilitate fertilization, aquatic environment is required. But to facilitate spore dispersal or development of sporophyte, the terrestrial environment is required. So this is what about the basic structure. Now I am to classify the bryophytes. Clear?
What is desiccation?
Desiccation means a kind of degradation, ruptured. If cell gets ruptured, this is called desiccated. বুঝতে পেরেছি কি বলছি?
Answer বুঝতে পেরেছি।
এবার সবটা মুছে দিই, সবার হয়েছে তো? So, but you know, Brybsida and Haggard we have to study. This is not included in our syllabus. But we need to know that bryophytes can be classified into these three. So we have to discuss here only Hepaticopsida and Brybsida yet. Now, start with the Hepaticopsida, which are also called liverworts. Now I am showing you the Hepaticopsida. How does it mean Riccia or Markensia? You see, in case of Hepaticopsida, you see the body is dorsoventrally flattened. Dorsoventrally flattened means it appears like this, lying on the ground. It is lying. It is not erect. Rhizoids developed from ventral surface. That means the surface attached to the soil. Now, suppose then it should be the ventral surface. In that case, it should be the ventral surface. Now, in the dorsal surface, you will get some cup-like structures. And inside this structure, you will get a bud. So this cup-like structure is called gamma cup, and the bud inside is called gamma. Okay? You will get the dorsal surface, you will get some cup-like structures which are called gamma cup, and the bud found inside this cup or gamma cup is called what? Is called gamma. So it's a vegetative bud. Gamma is a vegetative bud. That means it reproduces by forming gamma cup. So in terms of reproduction, if you classify reproduction in Markensia, body, and this is called dichotomous branching. This branching pattern is called, the body is dichotomously branched, means the body is By body fine, actually the body is found to be bifurcated at the tip. Then this is called dichotomous branching. The body is dichotomously branched, dorsally flattened, having rhizoids are developed. So this is the basic structure as it is found in the Markensia. Now reproduction in Markensia. First of all, asexual. Already I said by
the body is
dichotomous. No. এটা বোঝা যাচ্ছে?
answer.
হ্যাঁ। Now next, Somojit mute কর। Asexual,
স্যার মার্চেন্ট দিয়া কি হেপাটোকস্পিটার আন্ডারে?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাপাটিকপসিডা। ওই দেখ লেখা আছে না হ্যাপাটিকপসিডা, রিক্সিয়া, মার্কেনসিয়া।
সবগুলো এখন হেপাটোকস্পিটার আন্ডারে না?
হ্যাপাটিকপসিডা, রিক্সিয়া হ্যাপাটিকপসিডা, মার্কেনসিয়া হ্যাপাটিকপসিডা। সব প্রাইভেট হ্যাপাটিকপসিডা হবে না। Liver words, example Rixia, Markensia. I am discussing Markensia here. Here asexual reproduction, first of all, through gamma. This is the gamma. Gamma, if you go to the detailed structure, they appear like this. It is actually a gamma. Single gamma appear like this. So here there are a lot of sensors here, and so this is a gamma. Then it germinates to form new thallus, new plant. This is one way of asexual through gamma. B, through fragmentation. Second one, through fragmentation. Body is fragmented, and the fragmented part will give rise to new organism. Somehow body becomes fragmented, suppose like this. Is a Markensia thallus. After fragmentation, two fragments are formed. Each fragment gives rise to new plant. This is what about the fragmentation. Clear? দেখো বুঝতে পেরেছি কিনা? গ্যামা ক্লিয়ার, ফ্র্যাগমেন্টেশন ক্লিয়ার। কোনো ডাউট থাকলে আমাকে বলো।
স্যার গ্যামাটা আরেকবার বুঝিয়ে দাও না।
আচ্ছা, গ্যামার আমি একটা ছবি দেখাই বলো। গ্যামাটা তো বুঝতে পারছো না কোথায় থাকে? একটা মিনিট। মার্কিশিয়ান দেশে এগুলি এভাবে দেখা যায় না, এখানে আগত দেখাই যায় না, তারা দেখেছিল। দেখতে পাচ্ছিস গ্যামা?
স্যার কোনটা গ্যামা?
এই যে কাপের মতো দাঁড়া, এই যে কাপের মতো দেখতে পাচ্ছি, এটা কাপের মতো, এটা গ্যামা কাপ, ভিতরে দেখ গ্যামা আছে। দেখা যাচ্ছে কাপের মতোটা হচ্ছে গ্যামা কাপ, কাপের ভেতরে থেকে এটা দেখা যাচ্ছে, দেখা যাচ্ছে কি? বাট
হ্যাঁ স্যার, হ্যাঁ স্যার।
হ্যাঁ, এটা হচ্ছে গ্যামা আর কাপটা হচ্ছে গ্যামা কাপ। আর এজ এ হোল আমি থেলা, এই যে মার্কিন কতগুলো গ্যামা দেখা যাচ্ছে।
স্যার এই গ্যামা
হ্যাঁ, স্যার।
কাপ কি মানে ড্রয়িং এর থেকে অনেক আলাদা?
হ্যাঁ,
স্যার এই গ্যামা কাপ
থ্রি ড্রয়িং কিভাবে করা হবে? কাপের মতো না, এটা যে কাপ না, এটা বুঝতে পারছো না? আর এটা হচ্ছে তার ভেতরে একটা ডিটেলস, এটা নেই এখানে। কাপের ভেতরে একটা গ্যামা দেখা যাচ্ছে না, বুঝতে পেরেছো?
স্যার বারটা তো একদম মাঝখানে দেখাচ্ছে।
বার তো মাঝখানে, এই যে লাল লাল লালটা পার্ট, বুঝতে পেরেছো? রেড
স্যার,
হচ্ছে
একটু
বার। হ্যাঁ,
স্যার বুঝেছি।
হুম। আসলে কাপের মতো একটা স্ট্রাকচারে যদি এটা কাপের মতো হয়, তার এখানে গামাটা আছে আর কি, একদম এইখানে, তার গোড়ায়, মাঝখান টাঝখান না, গোড়ায়। যদি একটা কাপে যদি বড় একটা কাপ পড়ি এরকম, তাহলে এইখান থেকে গামা হবে, এইখানে তুমি গামা হবে, বুঝেছো? এই গামা এখানে পাবে, এই পুরোটা এই কাপটা হচ্ছে গামা কাপ। বুঝেছো কি বলেছি? ক্লিয়ার? গামা
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
segmentation clear? Now regarding sexual reproduction, লোক ওয়ান থেকে মুছে দিয়ে যান। So the question comes sometimes, whether gamma is unicellular or multicellular, what should be your answer? If you go to the structure again, so from here, so this is archegonium. Archegoniophore. Antheridiophore. Four means stalk. Now the structure. So in Markensia, male and female sex organs are developed in different body. Clear? Now what about the male sex organ? It appears like this. Now, this is the mature archegonium. At the time of fertilization, whenever the wall of the antheridium is broken down, the sperms are released through water. It is to reach the archegonium. And here what happens? When it matures, all neck canal cells and ventral canal cells degenerate, and the sperm reach here eventually to form zygote here. A real part is lost gradually, and eventually from zygote embryo is formed. Embryo will give rise to the sporophytic plant body having a sporangium. So this structure is called sporangium. Inside the sporangium, you see, they are called spore mother cells. Then undergo meiosis to produce spore tetrad. Eventually, spore is liberated and germinates to form new plant. Then again it matures. So this is what happened in sexual reproduction. This is a new plant. When it matures, it develops antheridium and archegonium in different plants, and then eventually from the antheridium spermatozoa are released from the archegonium. In the archegonium, egg is produced. This is the egg. Available for oosphere. Just before fertilization, neck canal cells and ventral canal cells are destroyed, and sperms through swimming reach the archegonium and fertilize the egg. The fertilization takes place inside the ventral region of the archegonium. Eventually, zygote is formed. Zygote will give rise to embryo. Embryo will form the sporophytic plant body containing sporangium. Inside the sporangium, spore mother cells are present, which undergo meiosis to produce the haploid spores. So they are the haploids. This is diploid. Diploid. Zygote diploid. This is the zygote. Not visible. Zygote. So this is what about the Markensia. Any doubt you can tell me. Markensia is dioecious. What does it mean? Sometimes it is come. The question is very important for the entrance. Markensia is dioecious. What does it mean?
Unisexual.
Bolo.
Sir, unisexual. Unisexual.
That means sex organs are developed in two different plants, right? Bisexual, it's called dioecious. Whenever sex organs, Entheridium is developed in one plant and Albumium is in the other plant, then the condition is called dioecious. These sexes are separate. That is, sexes are separate. Clear? Cell device, 4 cells are developed. Here, these are the 4 cells. They may be in this form, they may be in this form also. এখানে তিনটা দেখা আছে, আরেকটা কিন্তু একটা ডিফারেন্ট সারফেসে রয়েছে, তাই টেট্রাড। এটা এরকম হতে পারে, সেম একই সারফেসে থাকতে পারে। এটা তিনটা না কিন্তু আসলে এখানে চারটা আছে। 4 haploid spores are found to be present together for a while, and in this period it is called spore tetrad. Later on they are separated from each other, so spores are separated and then they start to germinate to produce the new mycel, new plant.
Okay, sir.
দেখে নাও, দেখ আর কোথাও কোনো প্রবলেম আছে কিনা। এবার আমি একটা প্রশ্ন করি, কাকে জিজ্ঞেস করবো? অন্বেষা দাস, শুনতে পাচ্ছ? অন্বেষা, অন্বেষা সাউন্ড যাচ্ছে না। অপরাজিতা, অভ্রজিৎ, অভ্রজিৎ, no one is hearing. What happened?
Sir, gametophyte is an embryo.
Gametophyte is an embryo. What is it in 2n?
Sporophyte is embryo and gametophyte is spore tetrad.
Spore tetrad actually not means, spore tetrad means the spore. Look here, they are writing. First cell of sporophytic generation is zygote. How can you forget zygote? Are you getting me? Write down. First cell of sporophytic generation is zygote. And first cell of gametophytic generation is spore. Spore tetrad means spore actually. It's not spore tetrad. Actually, spores are arranged together. So it's actually they are the spore. First cell of gametophytic generation, spore. First cell of sporophytic generation or diploid generation, zygote. বুঝতে পেরেছিস?
Okay, sir.
লিখেছ?
Yes, sir.
এবার যদি আমি আরেকটা প্রশ্ন করি, হ্যাঁ কি বলছো? একজন বলো, অভ্র কি বলতে চাইছিল? অভ্র বলো।
স্যার গ্যামেটোফাইটিক জেনারেশনের পরে কি জানি বললে?
আমি শুনে আসতে বলছি, আমি লিখে দিচ্ছি। আচ্ছা এটা মুছে দিই একটু,
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
এটা মুছে দিলে আমার লিখতে একটু অসুবিধা হবে, তো তোমাকে বোঝানো যাচ্ছে। এখানে লিখে দিই। First cell of gametophytic generation spore. এই যে স্পোর টাইটার means spore. First cell of zygote, এই যে zygote diploid. এবার আমি লার্জ সেল বলি। লার্জ সেল অফ স্পোরোফাইটিক জেনারেশন কি হবে? লার্জ সেল অফ স্পোরোফাইটিক জেনারেশন কিভাবে বুঝবে?
এমব্রায়ো।
No, no, so listen. The cell of sporophytic
Somatic
generation.
cell.
Wait, I am telling you. The cell of sporophytic generation. Listen carefully. The cell of sporophytic generation that undergoes meiosis. The cell of sporophytic generation that undergoes meiosis is called the large cell. The cell of sporophytic generation that undergoes meiosis is called the large cell of sporophytic generation. The cell of sporophytic generation that undergoes
Mother
meiosis,
cells. So spore mother
the
cells.
answer should be spore mother cell. Now, similarly, large cell of sporophytic generation should be those cells which unite to form the first diploid cell. The cells which unite to form the first diploid cell called large cells of gametophytic generation. So who are they?
Sir,
The cells of listen please, everyone to mute. Everyone please mute. The cells of gametophytic generation which unite to form the first diploid cell are called large cells of
Sir, the
gametophytic generation. So the cell should be sperm and spermatozoa and egg. So large cells, you can write large cells of gametophytic generation spermatozoa and egg. Clear? So look here. Now look at this. First cell of sporophytic generation. Look at this. When it starts. First cell of sporophytic generation, spore, right? Last cell of sporophytic generation, again sperm. First cell of sporophytic, first cell of sporophytic generation, zygote. Last cell, spore mother cell. দেখে বুঝতে পেরেছিস কিনা? Schematic diagram the life cycle of Mercantia. Simply দেখানো হয়েছে, দেখো বুঝলি কিনা?
হ্যাঁ স্যার বুঝেছি।
হ্যাঁ দেখো, তুমি দেখো ফার কোথায় শুরু হয়েছে, ক্যামেরোফাইটটা কোথায় শুরু হয়েছে? এখান থেকে স্পোর। শেষ কোথায়? এখানে। স্পোরোফাইটিক ফেজ কোথায় শুরু হয়েছে? এখান থেকে 12। শেষ কোথায়? এখানে। ফার্স্ট সেল, লাস্ট সেল। ক্লিয়ার? Now regarding the Bryopsida. মুছে দেই?
স্যার
Bryopsida. একটা দাও। What are the basic characteristics? Oh, I am going to send power for more 10 minutes. Do you have any problem?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, for 10 minutes. Now you see, Bryopsida, one example I am taking like Funaria. Or you can make Poropogratum, Polytrichum, whatever you like. Just I am taking one example. So what are the basic characteristics here? How can you identify Bryopsida? First of all, the body is found to be erect, not dorsoventrally flattened like Mercantia. First point, body is found to be erect, not dorsoventrally flattened. The body, the plant body, slender and possessing spirally arranged leaves. So leaves are spirally arranged. Basically in Bryopsida, if you go through his life cycle, you will get two stages. One is protonema, other is the leafy stage.
স্যার স্লেন্ডার মানে কি?
Slender means thin. Then, follow.
Sir, Funaria টা কি example?
Example. অসংখ্য আছে। Slender possessing. Plant body is erect, slender, possessing spirally arranged leaves. Spirally arranged leaves. So what is found in Bryopsida? The protonema. It is developed from spores or spores germination protonema. So this protonema eventually grows to develop. From this protonema gradually the plant body is developed and it is branched and eventually from it secondary protonema is developed. Which actually possesses the spirally arranged leaves. If you observe a mouse, you will see this. The multicellular rhizoids. So basically from the secondary protonema, whatever it grows in size, it is called secondary protonema. Secondary protonema, in secondary protonema, some lateral bars are developed, which in turn give rise to this leafy structure. Are you getting me now?
Yes, sir.
So it is upright, slender body, and this is actually the plant body. You can observe yourself also. Go through your bound now. Even now it is available. Go to and you will see velvety layers. Open it out. You will get a lot of protonema, and then you can single out single one, and then you will get the rhizoids and also these leaf-like structures in them. Now, so this is actually the basic development. Now, what happens next? You know, the plant body is differentiated into root-like, stem-like, and leaf-like structures. Different to root-like, stem-like, and leaf-like structures. But true root, true stem, true leaf are not at all found. So remember this thing. Rhizoids here are multicellular. There are multicellular rhizoids found in them. Next you see, regarding the reproduction, obviously, asexual I am showing you first. মুছে দিই একটু না, এটা মুছে দিচ্ছি। Asexual and sexual. By fragmentation. By budding also. So they can reproduce by two means, by fragmentation and also by budding. Is it clear to you all? If I am going to, do you know what is budding actually? Some bars are developed like gamma even in these guys. Gamma-like structures may be developed in the secondary protonema, which can give rise to new plants again. Are you getting me now? This is budding. And fragmentation means body is found to be fragmented. Then comes to its structure. Look, one structure I am showing you. Suppose a moss plant. These are leaf-like structures. They're actually spirally arranged. And here you will get the this is called the male receptacle, and this is the female receptacle. Receptacle is the structure from which male and female sex organs will be developed. So male sex organs appear like this. So these are the male sex organs. So you can call it antheridium. Archeogium, similar size. These are protective covering actually. So this is the archegonium. So similarly, when the wall of the antheridium is broken down, biflagellated sperms are produced. They are to reach the archegonium to fertilize the egg. Once the egg is fertilized, zygote is formed. Same thing, zygote give rise to embryo. Now in the gametophytic plant body, capsule is developed. That is the sporophytic plant body. This part is sporophyte plant body, and this part is the sporophytic plant body. If I draw here, There is the food. So in Funaria's prophylactic plant body is differentiated into food, seta and capsule. Then inside the capsule, spore mother cells are formed. Inside the capsule, spore mother cells are formed, and so these spore mother cells, then I write here, diploid undergoes meiosis again to form the spore initially in tetrad stage. Then spores are liberated, and these spores will then give rise to neo. So it will give rise to protonema. It will give rise to a protonema, which in turn will give rise to the mature plant. Protonema to the mature plant. So this is what happens in case of Funaria. The male and female receptacles are here. You will get the antheridium in the male receptacle, archegonium in the female receptacle. Antheridium biflagellated sperms are produced. Inside the archegonium, egg is there. So it is to be, but this is the egg. Remember this thing. This is the egg. And eventually it is fertilized by the sperm. Similarly, when the wall of antheridium is broken down, sperms are released. They are to be carried through water into the archegonium. Fertilizes the egg, zygote is formed, and diploid stage begins. It forms embryo, and you will get the sporophytic plant body, which is partially dependent on the gametophytic plant body. How? Because it grows here, for anchorage and for some nutrition. It is to depend on the gametophytic plant body. Also, it says some photosynthetic cells, they can also photosynthesize, but it is to be partially dependent. Inside the capsule, spore mother cells are developed. Actually, sporangia develop. Sporangia to spore mother cell. Actually, sequence is like this. This is the capsule in LS. So, this is the sporangia, and inside this sporangium you will get the spore mother cell. So, inside the capsule you will write sporangia are found, and so in the sporangia spore mother cells are formed. And these spore mother cells undergoes meiosis. This is what about the Funaria. Is it clear to you? Look at this. Any doubt you can tell me. Zygote is unicellular but embryo is multicellular. দেখেন আর কোনো ডাউট আছে কিনা, থাকলে আমাকে বলো। You will get some peristome teeth here, thin parenchymatous layer through which spore dispersal occurs. Spores are dispersed out through this hole developed when the capsule becomes mature. Some small pores are developed. Through these pores are dispersed out. And it is like that of the sensor mechanism. Sensor mechanism means তুমি ধূপ দিলে ধূপটা যেভাবে বেরোয়, similarly spores are released out from the capsule, and such mechanism is called sensor mechanism. So is it clear to you all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I am to stop now. If you have any problem, then I can discuss in next day again. But I am to clear here the bryophytes or mosses. Next day, pteridophyte. If you have any problem, I can discuss something about the bryophytes tomorrow. So I am to close now. Okay. Thank you very much.